Hello, my name is Sarah Stewart, and I'm going to be going over Lab 9.2 part practice. Part practice is a way of simplifying a complex skill to enhance learning, and the effectiveness of this really just depends on the task that is being learned. Sometimes it actually can make learning the task more complicated. It is efficient for serial tasks that are to be performed very slow, where the components in the sequence do not interact with each other. Tasks that are brief and programmed should not use part practice, and it can be detrimental. So for this lab, we did three ball juggling, and we tried three different tasks with part practice, and then one task just straight juggling. Purpose of this lab was to test out part practice and see if it was actually effective when learning a new skill. And in this scenario, it was learning how to juggle. And then this should it realistically should simplify three ball juggling and create a better retention for the skill. If Kelsey, who was a participant, uses part practice, then she will be able to learn how to effectively three ball juggle more efficiently than if she just did whole practice. The method that we used for this experiment were that there were 32 trials of practice and an 8 trial retention test for the skill of three ball juggling. So during the 8 trial retention test, figure 2 shows that the p-value, or I'm sorry, the average, let's see, hang on one second. The average catches were 5.07, and then for whole practice, the average catches were 6.17. So all of the practice was leading up just for this retention period to see how many catches Kelsey could get. And then there were 3 different tasks, or four tasks total. The first task was the 1 ball toss and catch. The second task was the 2 ball toss and catch. The third task was the 3 ball toss and drop. And then the fourth and final task was just the 3 ball juggling. And the juggling only was condition 2, and tasks 1 through 3 were condition 1. Through tasks 1 through 3, the experimenter should, which was Kelsey, will count the exchanges, monitor the quality, and record the data. So while Kelsey was throwing the balls back and forth, I was checking her quality and writing down the quality, making sure that I was making note of every time she would catch the ball, and I recorded the data. So for our results, we saw that part practice was effective for Kelsey, but overall she had more counts with the whole practice. I think that the part practice helped Kelsey with learning the right skills to juggle, but overall she had a better amount of catches with the whole practice. We can see that the condition 1 retention was an average of 4.25 catches, counts, and then the condition 2 retention average was 5.13. So, and then overall for the class data, it shows that whole practice was also more effective with this specific task than part practice. And that is shown in figure 1 in the middle. So we can see, looking at this figure 1 graph, that there's a statistical significance between the 2 groups. And then evidence shows that that whole practice was more effective than part practice in this specific scenario. And then I have my references listed below. But yeah, this was lab 9.2, and yep.